Hi, this is Tuck. Just giving you a discussion on Dragoonities and the late game. It is kind of important in Dragoonities because if we do get forced in the late game, a lot of the times we don't have a lot more firepower. So you need stamina in a deck. So most people will say the first answer in Dragoonities for late game is Pot of Avarice. It's a staple. Blah blah blah. I say no. Pot of Avarice is a dead card. It is dead too much in the deck. Why? Because you gotta hit 5 targets. So, generally first turn, sink Stardust, and you got 2. Oh, well, you've got 3. I'll take that back, you've got 3. But hey, who wants to take Phalanx out of the graveyard? That's silly. So you go second turn, sink again, and you've got 5. Who wants to take Phalanx out? Maybe they killed your Stardust. So you got 6. You don't want to take Stardust out of the graveyard because you like him there. You like one in the graveyard, one in the deck. So you can use Pot of Avarice, but it's gonna be okay, but it's not gonna be great. So you draw, I says dead card. So you draw the first 5-6 cards, you can't use it, that's it. What are you gonna do? Pitch it with a Ravine, then you don't have late game. So you don't pitch it, you pitch your back row. Then you got no back row, and it hurts your early game because you got no back row to back up what you got. So it hurts early game. So the next answer people move to, instead of doing 5, you do 2. Quill Pen of Goldos. So Quill Pen is cool because it's just 2. You go Stardust as live first turn straight away. Downside, it only targets the monsters. Then it puts them back. So that means if you go Quill Pen on my Ducks and Vadriana to send Ravine back to my hand, and they go Chain MST on Ravine, misses the targets and it fizzles. That's not good. You've lost your Ravine, you've used Quill Pen, and you haven't shuffled them back in. That's a 2 for 1 in the negative. Alright, so look, it can be cool if it pulls off, but it's not, like, it doesn't work that well. So other major downside for late game is that they're both green. They're both spell cards. You can't search for those. Not at the moment. So you sink off and you're like, whatever. You're like, okay, I'm out of Duxes. What am I going to do? I got 25 cards left in my deck. Draw. Oh, it's a warning. Set. End turn. You take a bunch of damage. And then you're like, okay, I got 1 in 24 chance. Draw. Crap. So, you've effectively probably only got a 2 in 25 because your opponent's probably going to be able to beat over you in 2 turns if you don't put anything up. So, you can't search them, which is bad. Alright. So, I've been looking around for different answers for things like this. And on one of Phoenix Player's videos, someone keeps commenting about this next card, which I've now put in the deck. Queen Dragoon Djing. Alright, a very cool card. Only a 22 stick, it's a dragon, and needs 2 level 4s, which is really easy to get because we run Zephyros, who's level 4, and Ducks. So, on your third, go for Djing. First effect is dragons can't destroy a battle, other than herself. So she's 2/2, that's not that great, I know, but Stardust can't destroy a battle. Your Attune can't be destroyed a battle. Your Red Eyes at 0/0 can't destroy a battle. Your Scrap Dragon can't destroy a battle. Like, the whole deck, Gay Dirge can't destroy a battle. The whole deck runs dragons. If it's a powerful monster in this deck, it is a dragon. And 99% of the time, the powerful monster is a dragon. So once you get to where you want, she helps lock the field down. You get her on the field with a safe zone and Stardust, and it's like, what up? And that's really easy to get to because you can search them. Oh, Stardust is obviously easy. You get that safe zone, and you're like, well, I want to go Djing Stardust. Like, that is epic. They can't banish it with like a Chaos Sorcerer. They can't beat over it. They can't MST the safe zone because you got Stardust and a gate. Like, it's awesome, so usable. Anyway, this discussion's more about late game. So the second effect is you can detach an XYZ to special summon level 5 or higher dragon in your graveyard. Its effect is negated and it can't attack. And you're like, oh, I run a lot of dragons. So detach special summon Vajrayana, summon your Phalanx, sink for 8. Or special summon Vajrayana, summon Legionnaire, which gets your Phalanx, sink for Scrap Dragon, pop Legionnaire, pop the back row. So, and oh wait, Scrap Dragon can't destroy a battle. That's cool as well. They can't do the Dark Arm Dragon, sorry, because they can't run over Stardust and pop, and then they can't pop because Stardust. It's just so good in this deck. Like, not even just as late game card, like it's just good in the deck. And it does provide you with that late game, because instead of burning your Duxes, you're just using a Phalanx, which is in your deck anyway, and you're specialing a Vajrayana, which doesn't matter. You're saying, well, the downside for this, is what you're thinking, is if I use my Zephyros to get her, I can't go a Tomb. That's not right. You can still go a Tomb. Most of the time, Zephyros is used for that Tomb combo, because you can go Gate Urge, and you can search him, drop it, blah blah blah, you go a Tomb. Then you say you can't get her. Answer: don't run 2 Zephyros. Run 1 Zephyros, and run 1 Guru the Wind Spirit. Another card that I saw popping up on comments, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try this guy out. And he's really cool. I only put him in while putting Queen Dijing, because before I had this card in here, he wasn't needed. There wasn't enough use for him. But because this is your late game answer, he becomes more usable. So, downside for the spell cards, you can't search it. You can search for Garuda, and you can search for Dux. So you go Gate Urge, you drop the Phalanx to add Garuda, or you add Garuda, drop your Phalanx. Same diff. So it's 2 answers to go your Exceeds. It doesn't hurt your graveyard at all, like these 2 cards could, because you're not running these 2 cards as your consistency recycle. You're running Garuda. So if you use the Dux, you just banish Dux and you get out Garuda. And, like, who cares? You don't need him. The only time that you would ever use him is Monster Reborn. And generally, you don't Monster Reborn Dux. So yeah, he's a wing beast. You can search for him. And he makes the Queen Dijing searchable in searchable, because it's just easy to get to him. So broken card and with the broken effects if you use him right, and gives Dragoonians the late game that they don't sort of have easily. And that's just about it, other than the fact that she has some really cool artwork. I don't know if that's all shiny. But yeah, really cool artwork. So that's just another reason to run her, because she's really cool. Unfortunately, Garuda doesn't come in anything more than a comment, which really sucks. But anyway, let me know what you think. So that's how I'm using Dragoonians and late game. Let me know what your thoughts are, whether you think it's bogus or whether you think it's awesome. I don't mind. Throw your comments. And yeah, thanks for watching.